Hi, everybody. I am here with one of my best friends in the whole world, Sean Westman, and he is the owner of Nuga Print, and he is also what I call a bamboo enthusiast as well as a musician. I am thrilled to have him here today. Just a reminder as to who I am. I am the president and CEO of Mediafy Communications Group, and this is my podcast, Chat with Kat, where we shine the light on local businesses such as Nuga Print. That is Sean Westman's business. So I am thrilled to have Sean here today. This makes my day so much more fun. So, Sean, first of all, cheers, my friend. I am so
Yes.
glad you're here, and let's give credit to Broken Horseshoe Winery,
Good times.
who has provided this wine for us.
I'm tasting a new flavor.
Yes, let's go ahead and give it a
Give it a
whirl.
little swirl here.
What do you
And
think?
wait, we got a
Mm.
nice,
Mhm.
nice full body essence here.
Yes. Is it good, Sean? Is
Oh.
it good stuff?
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Oh
Okay.
wow. Oh
Very
wow.
nice.
Very good.
Very nice.
So Sean, I
Mhm.
have known you for many years at this point. I don't even know how long.
I know how long.
How long?
Well, we met in Chattanooga
Yes.
when it was being held at the Choo Choo.
Yes.
Very 2013,
Okay, that makes sense.
somewhere
So
around there.
yeah, so like 12 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a
That
while.
sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's when I met you and Juanita, your wife,
hmm
and we've been
And I met Frank.
and Frank, my husband, and
Yes.
so we've been friends ever since.
And me and Frank
Yeah.
have become good friends. I
Yeah.
mean, he plays poker with us. We have good times.
Yeah, very, very,
Yes.
very good time. So,
Yes.
okay, so what year did you start Nuga Print?
Nuga Print I started last year in May 2024.
Okay.
It's new. It's a new company.
And you
Um,
started it and you started out of your house, right?
I did.
Like many businesses, 98% of all businesses in the United States are out of people's homes. A lot of people don't know that, but
I
that is a fact.
I
So,
did, and there's a little bit of a story behind that.
let's
I
hear
don't.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so I've been an electrician for over 20 something years, 23, 24, something like that. But my knees went bad, and I
Yeah.
get injections on my knees now, and they keep me from crawling, climbing ladders,
All right.
lifting tons of heavy
Well,
objects
it's
all day.
detrimental to your health at this
It very,
point.
very, very
Yeah.
much so. And I had to do something else, and I learned screen printing before I did electrical work. And I did it for about 10 years before I did electrical work. And so I had a lot of experience in it. I've worked
Uh-huh.
in with many companies and learned a lot of the automatic presses, manual presses, things like that. So when I stopped doing electrical work, I had to do something. And I told my wife, I'm like, well, I need to do something I know how to do. So I found a guy on Facebook
Mhm.
selling equipment for really cheap. He wanted to get out of the business, and I bought it, and it's in my 2-car garage.
Yeah.
And
I
I
remember
do.
you remodeled your garage.
Oh, I did. It's
Yeah.
basically like a storefront
Yeah.
kind of shop. It's really
It's
cool.
beautiful.
Yes, it's got
Very professional.
everything I need.
Yeah.
And I've got some stories to tell about that too. So whenever you're ready.
How did you first get into screen printing? I know that when you started Nuga Print, you already had experience. So
Right.
tell me about how you got that experience in screen printing.
So I was first of all, I'm 56 years old. So
So you're a young man.
just to get the
Yeah.
time frame right. I was a heavy metal vocalist for 20 years.
And what was the name of your band?
It was called Desaint.
Desaint. And
Yes.
and where was that?
Desaint. It was out of South Florida.
Okay.
And
You were a heavy metal star.
I was a
You're
heavy
rock
metal
star.
vocalist.
Yeah.
I was a singer.
Yeah.
I was very. Uh, a lot of people say I was great, but
You were great. I've
I
heard you.
I
You're
love
fantastic.
karaoke. I
You're
can do
very good at
karaoke.
karaoke.
But
Yeah.
anyway, that's how I got into screen printing
Okay.
because we needed T-shirts, and at the time we had found a manager. She was one of the managers. I don't know exactly what she managed. Her name was Susan. It was out of Gloria Estefan's studio in Miami, and she wanted to manage our band. and she had suggested we do t-shirts, and I met her husband Bill, and he showed me how the screen printing was done, and I liked it so much I wound up working for him.
Oh, wow.
And so for the first year or two of me learning screen printing, I worked for Bill,
Okay.
and I did all of my, I guess you could call it apprenticeship years with him. And then I moved on to finding other companies. I wanted to learn about automatic presses. I
Uh-huh.
wanted to learn about different types of printing. Now, this was a long time ago. This
What,
was
1990s?
no, this is late 80s.
Okay. I'm like, what was a long
I'm
time ago,
going
Sean?
back. I'm going back, mid to late 80s. I'm going back.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, that's what got me into screen printing.
Okay. Um, and you'll love this question. Please share a memorable story from your early days in screen
Okay,
printing.
do I want to go there?
Go there, please.
Okay.
Our listeners want you to go
So
there.
I'm not going to name the company,
Okay.
but there was a secretary, I should say.
Secretary, okay.
She helped me get through my first years of screen printing. Um, when the boss would leave, we had a good time
Yeah. All right.
in the print shop, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to
Okay.
get graphic about it, but
Okay.
I was a heavy metal singer. She was,
She was
hot.
cute
She was
and
hot. She
yeah,
wasn't
okay.
cute. She was
Okay.
hot. There's a
All right.
difference.
Okay. Okay.
Cute and hot. I'm going for hot.
All right. Hot. You were a heavy metal singer.
Yeah, so that was one of the times,
All
one of the
right.
good times.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. All right. So for those who don't know, and I know there's a lot that you know because you're highly creative and so forth, but can you explain to our listeners what screen printing is and how it works?
So, screen printing it dates back to eh, early days of China. The Chinese, I believe, I'm pretty sure they created screen printing. It's using a template and using that template to put ink, that template being on a screen, um, uh, to push ink through onto a garment, and
Mhm.
or other materials, not just a garment, other materials. Um, to basically transfer the image onto the garment and then to dry it or whatever, and to create shirts, hats,
Mhm.
circuit boards, things like that. I mean, it's vast. The area of screen printing, it covers so many
So
different
you
areas.
so you will screen print t-shirts, you'll screen print
I
hats,
do
right?
t-shirts and hats. I don't really dwell. I want to get into doing something more, and we can probably discuss that a little later. But yeah, for me, just getting into it, I've only been into it a year. I
Mm,
have to generate some customers. I have to
mm.
get my business built up before I can start dwelling into other areas. For now, it's just t-shirts and
T-shirts and
hats.
hats,
Yeah.
okay. So what are the most common misconceptions people have about screen printing?
Um, I I think it has a lot to do with the shirts themselves. Um, a lot of people say it fades. A lot of people say that they've had issues with the ink being too thick. If you're with a good screen printer, you're not going to run into those problems.
Mhm.
Misconceptions are problems. That's what
Yeah,
they
that's
are.
really what
They're
they are,
they're
yeah.
they're issues more than they are misconceptions.
Mhm.
Somebody that knows what they're doing is going to alleviate that right off the bat. You'll know that what they're talking about within the first 5 minutes of conversation. You
Okay.
know, so.
So, what's the difference between screen printing, direct to garment or DTG, and heat press methods?
Okay, so direct to garment is a machine that literally prints the image right onto the shirt. They're usually for one offs. They're
Mhm.
for very low quantity. Um, to tell about the quality of it, I mean, uh, it's neither here nor there. Direct to garment printing, it's something you don't want to do more than 12. It gets expensive. It's something that it's slow. It's expensive, but the advantages of it are it can do full color.
Mm,
Regular screen printing, you have to have a screen for every color. If you do
mm,
4-color process, you have to usually have 4 or 5 screens,
mhm,
some screens for highlighting, things like that, and that gets costly.
okay.
So screen printing is better for quantity. Direct to garment's good for samples. DTG, that's direct to garment. But then there's
Heat press?
we have the heat press stuff. So when you get into using a heat press, you can go online and you can literally take any image. And you can do this with direct to garment too, I think. But you can take any image and you can uh, save the file of the image you create, whether it be with AI or with an artist or whatever, and they can literally make a transfer out of it, and then they can heat press it on. A
Mm,
lot of people don't like direct transfers. That's DTF. They don't like direct transfers because there's a question of how long is it going to last,
mm,
and then there's the feel of it. It's got kind of a
mhm,
weird feel to it.
yeah.
Um, I will offer it if it's a full color design, and I'll tell people it's gonna be cheaper route for you to go with, but you're gonna have a certain feeling of that. With screen printing, you can get a softer feel if you know what you're doing, and, so that's pretty much the difference between the 3.
Okay. What kinds of clients or industries do you typically work with?
Um, it there is no one type of client. Because I'm a screen printer, basically people that are gonna do quantity. Whether that be a landscaping company or that
Mhm,
be just any company, a pizzeria, anybody who wants shirts. Those are my
mhm.
clients. I do events like the Charlie Kirk thing just came up. I did donate to the cause just to say that out loud because a lot of people think I'm a leech for doing Charlie Kirk shirts.
Did
Um,
anyone actually say that?
they do, they do. The first thing that comes out of their mouth, "Well, what are you donating?" Like, "Well, okay, I'm donating all my proceeds after all my materials are paid for."
Yeah,
So anytime I do any kind of cause, I donate proceeds, but
sure.
the materials in the printing have to be paid for. So you cover that cost, and then proceeds go to whatever cause it is
Mhm,
that you're doing. But events are really good for me. I
mhm.
need more events, and just smaller companies. I do have a minimum of 24 shirts. I don't like to do
Okay.
less than that. If I do, I'll try to talk people into doing transfers or something that are quick, you know.
What's the most unusual or unique project you've ever printed?
Uh, I'm gonna go straight to Hurricane Umberto
Yeah.
in South Florida. We're
Okay.
gonna hit Hurricane Umberto if I don't spill all my wine on my shirt.
Hurricane Umberto. Tell me
Mhm.
about Umberto.
Hurricane Umberto. Okay,
Mhm, mhm,
so when Hurricane Umberto hit South Florida,
mhm.
it was a strange time. A lot of people wanted to print shirts that said, "I survived Hurricane Umberto," much like how Facebook has the thing where people say, "I'm safe,"
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
put the "I'm safe"
They mark their
thing.
safe,
They
yeah.
mark their safe,
Right.
which to me, it's like, okay, well, you're safe. Good for you. What about the people that
That
weren't?
are not safe,
So that
yeah.
was the weird part about
Yeah.
printing those shirts. It was like, okay, you survived Hurricane Umberto, but
What about the people who didn't?
what about the people who didn't, right?
Yes.
That was just the weirdest, strange. And then you get those jobs, but we did print them, and
Mhm.
we made a little bit of money off of it. But again, you know, the ethics of it.
It makes you question
It
things,
does make
yeah.
you question the ethics of things that make you question the ethics. I'll print anything, but I won't print anything that's licensed. I have people wanting me to print sexual stuff. That's crazy, like nutty sexual. I won't even get into it. I turn a lot of that stuff down. I'm a Christian man,
Mhm.
so I don't do um, things that are questionable
Right,
on
right.
shirts, but you do get those requests, and
Sure.
I'll refer those people to other people. Now, if they want to do 1,000 shirts, I might try and steer them in another direction,
Yeah.
change their mind about what it is they're doing to make it more sellable. You
Yeah,
want a sellable product, so
sure.
there is that.
So, how do you balance your creativity? Because you're obviously very creative with meeting customer expectations.
I listen to the customer first and foremost, always. Do they
Mhm.
have a logo? Do they have artwork?
And what
Um,
if they don't?
if they don't, see now generally, let's go back to if they do.
Okay, if they do.
If they
Okay.
do, I typically waive a lot of art fees as long as the art is ready to be burned onto screens and things like that. If it's
Mhm.
ready,
If it's ready.
a lot of people are under the misconception that if they have AI generate some art, that art is ready for printing, and it in fact is not. Maybe for DTF or something like that, I could send it off, but I still have to get it in Photoshop, and I have to make corrections to size and to make it fit, and there are still things. But it's mostly the artwork. If the artwork's not ready, I'm going to charge an art fee. Depending, a lot of stuff, if I can find templates or things that are already out there that I could just modify and make them custom for the customer,
Mhm.
that's a very minimal type of fee. But again, if they have it art ready, and they're good to go. If not, there's a little fee, but um,
So you can create logos.
oh yeah, I'm an artist.
You're a graphic
I'm a
designer.
graphic designer.
Okay.
I can start from scratch. Text when you're into Photoshop, I've been doing Photoshop since the program came out,
Yeah.
and Illustrator. I've been into computers since the 80s, early 80s, which is back to
Oh,
a
wow.
very long time, showing my
That
age
is a
here.
long time ago.
Showing my
The
age here.
Commodore
Oh
64.
yeah, and I used to program on that.
Oh, wow,
I
Sean.
did, and the Tandies and the Radio Shack, all that stuff. But
Wow.
yeah, so you have to know what you're doing, and artwork is a big
It's a
key
big
fact.
deal.
It's a key factor to making. You have to with screen printing. It all starts from artwork. It goes to the screens, and then it goes to printing with the inks. Your dryers, it's a whole process from start to finish. There's no
Mhm.
one thing, and it all has to be balanced. You have to have equal knowledge of everything. Otherwise, you're not going to be a great screen printer. Things are going to go wrong at some step,
Mhm.
you know.
How has technology changed the screen printing process over the years?
Well, now you've got a bunch of different things. You got water-based inks. You've got uh, different types of things. You got dyes that actually dye the shirt and bleach it out, and then you can print right on top of that. I'm experimenting with some of that stuff. There's a lot of different processes. I think AI with artwork is the biggest change in innovation.
Mhm.
A lot of people think AI is going to take over the market. With screen printing, I disagree because you're doing something that's tactile. If you use it for transfers, yeah, maybe it could hurt the market a little bit. But with screen printing, you still have to know how to separate colors. You have to know how to generate screens. You have to know how to keep the garment soft with the printing
Mhm.
and clean. But AI is a big deal. It's going to change the industry. I use it as a tool to help me. I don't use it as a crutch. A lot of people just getting into business or probably just take AI, do color separations, and make screens and go from there. But that's the biggest
Mhm.
technology that's going to make a difference.
What designs or styles are trending right now in the custom apparel world?
That's hard to say because it's changing so fast. Something that's popular today, literally in a month or two, it's going to change. There's so many different things. They started doing like the bubble letters, the big fat
Yes.
bubble letters. Remember those?
Yes,
And
I do.
they'll start off big here and get small and big again. And I just I looked at that when that came
That was
in.
like the '80s, right? I
Well
mean,
well,
late '80s?
it actually was an old school
Yeah.
style of
Yeah.
but now they've brought it
They
back.
brought it
So
back.
everything comes full circle. And
Yes.
that's the same with music, by the way. So
Yes.
with music, everything comes full circle, like with metal and things come back. Everything comes back. So any styles that were old or people like the vintage look, vintage is
Mhm.
always you can't go wrong with vintage. The professional with businesses, it's always the logo.
Mhm.
But when it comes to style and it comes to creating your own brand, just go on Etsy. See what's you want to see what's popular, go on Etsy. You'll see what and here's the thing, everything that's popular on Etsy, the market is oversaturated with.
Oh,
So I try to stay away from Etsy and I try to create my own styles.
okay.
And I try to do my own thing if I do something for myself.
Mhm.
And I like to do Chattanooga shirts. I have Chattanooga shirts. I like to do city shirts because it lets me express a little creativity there for the city. I like to put information on the back of the shirts about the city, things like that. I have a bunch of different designs, so it's hard to gauge what's in now when printing is involved.
Okay, I'm gonna pivot to another topic.
Okay,
Now, I am well aware.
I think I need a sip of wine for
Yes.
this topic. Do
Yes.
I?
Yes, but
Okay. Okay. Are you gonna take a
yes.
sip before you ask me the
Yes.
question? Or are we gonna?
Yes.
Okay, new
Cheers.
topic.
New topic,
New
pivoting to
topic.
another topic. Okay, Sean, you are a bamboo
I
enthusiast.
am.
So I want you to just tell me about okay, how did you become first interested in bamboo?
Okay. I went to a Renaissance fair and I met a flute maker. And I'm going to give him a little plug here. His name's Eric, the flute maker. I was his apprentice for, I guess, roughly a year. He taught me the trade. Well, he
Mhm.
taught me the basics of the trade. I didn't stay with him long enough. I was young at the time. I was promiscuous and crazy,
You were a
and
young man.
I was a young man, and I was also into music.
You were a rock
I
star.
was a rock star, but Eric, I love Eric. I love his family. Eric actually took me into his home, and he taught me the trade of flute making. Um, Making flutes, bamboo saxophones, pan pipes, rain trees, things like that. Big Buddhist love flutes, things like that, which I still do to this day. It's a hobby. But in that venture, I learned about bamboo. And Florida bamboo, by the way, it's the best. It's absolutely the best.
Florida bamboo.
Florida bamboo is awesome. It's
All right.
subtropical, any subtropical. But I got into bamboo. I grow it on my property now. I'm writing a book about bamboo.
Tell me about what you can do with bamboo.
You can do anything with bamboo. It's easier to tell you what you cannot do with bamboo than it is to tell you what you can do with it. First of all, they need to stop chopping down the forests. They need to
Yes.
stop chopping down trees. They need to uh, replace wood with bamboo. Bamboo as the tensile strength.
But
That
you can eat it, right?
you can eat the
You
shoots. Bamboo shoots are edible. Many Chinese restaurants use it in their dishes. And
really?
oh yeah, I've harvested bamboo shoots. They grow really young.
Is
You,
it tasty?
it's well, is it tasty? I think it's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a surface
Yeah?
that absorbs flavor.
Oh, so you
Uh,
can make it taste like
You
whatever's
can make it taste.
cooking.
It's a surface that absorbs flavor, and it's
So you cook it in butter, it tastes like butter.
oh yeah, it's something.
Okay.
I'm trying
You cook it with
to.
chicken, it tastes like chicken.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's got very similar textures.
Is it, packed with nutrients?
It is.
Okay.
It's a very. I would say go to a Chinese restaurant and order bamboo shoots in your food
Oh,
and just
and
taste
give it
them.
a
Yeah,
try.
and give it a try. But there's other things
You can build buildings with it,
that
right?
you can build buildings, scaffolding.
Scaffolding.
Chinese use it
Houses?
for scaffolding. Houses. There are houses built out of bamboo. I'm actually writing a book right now.
What
Um,
will the book be entitled?
it's going to be entitled Bamboo Earth,
Okay.
and it might be called Bibu's Bamboo Earth because I made a little bamboo character called
That's right.
Bibu.
You've shared that with me.
Yes,
I've
he's a little
seen.
animated
Yes.
bamboo guy that runs
Yes.
around. If you find me on Facebook, you'll see him all over it.
Yes.
But he's pretty cool. But I am writing a book on its many uses, its history, the cultures, the background behind everything. I'm even believe it or not, I'm using AI to um, create formulas for DNA and for genetics testing, to come up with formulas that you can manipulate it to actually make it a plant that'll survive in harsh conditions
Oh,
like deserts and like Mars, other planets.
now you had mentioned to me before that bamboo may actually be able to survive on Mars.
I
Is that
I
right?
I think it would if the genetic properties were manipulated. If somebody like Elon Musk were
Yes.
to go um, into that science, you have to go into the science. I've explored it. I'm not a scientist by any means,
Mhm.
but I've explored it. AI is amazing when it comes to things like that. It opens your mind as to what's possible.
Mhm.
So again, using it as a tool rather than a crutch. So
Are there any myths or misconceptions about bamboo that you'd like to clear up?
I think people think of it as a nuisance.
Like a
Um,
nuisance
as a
plant that'll
nuisance,
just take over kind of like
it because it
kudzu or
takes over
something?
everything, and people say all the time, "Don't grow bamboo, it'll take over the neighborhood." I like that aspect of it. I would love it to take over the whole planet,
Sure, I would too, yes.
because bamboo produces more oxygen than wood does.
Mhm.
It grows 1,000 times faster than wood does per acre. It can be formulated into beams. It can be used for bamboo flooring. It can be used for shirts.
Mhm.
They use it in all kinds of textiles.
Mhm.
They use it in facial products. They use
Oh,
it in healthcare products. They use it in food. There's a million uses for bamboo. It's the wave of the future. If we don't embrace it, we're missing out on the most renewable resource
when
on the
will your book
planet.
be available?
I don't know. I've finished the book. Right now, it's just gathering all the artwork for the different bamboo species. I have so many in the book. So
Okay.
maybe within the next year,
Okay.
probably 2026 sometime,
Okay,
you know.
fantastic. Okay, so just a reminder to everyone, I am here with Sean Westman. He is the owner of Nuga Print. He can be reached at nugaprint@gmail.com. He serves the North Georgia and the Chattanooga areas. I am the CEO and president of Mediafy Communications Group. My website is yourmediafy.com. We can be reached at 423-402-4989, and we are here for all of your digital marketing needs, your website needs, your Google Ads needs. Thank you.